3 reasons resistance bands will rejuvenate your training regime. And before we get into the reasons, it's worth noting that the resistance bands these days are absolutely engineered for hypertrophy. They are much more durable than their predecessors designed for rehab and prehab, and can actually produce hundreds of pounds and kilos of equivalent force. You can absolutely build dense and capable muscle with these unassuming tools. Specifically, I'm talking about the loop style bands here. Okay, reason number 1. They produce an electric peak contraction and a mind-muscle connection that is absolutely superior to free weights and machines. They almost feel like an extension of your limbs. It's a completely different sort of stimulation that you won't understand until you try bands. The reason for this is that they harness a different sort of resistance to free weights. They generate elastic tension, whereas free weights are reliant on gravity. As you progress through a movement with bands, the tension exponentially increases, culminating in the top of the movement where you can feel a contraction deep in your muscle tissue. Think of it as a bowstring. As you draw it back, the tension increases dramatically the further you pull it back. As you progress through the movement, you can feel your body recruiting more and more muscles to control and tame that band. You can feel every strand of muscle straining. A free weight in comparison feels more like a blunt force rather than a targeted exercise. Reason number 2, you're completely sovereign with your training regime. Bands have a tiny footprint. You can shove them in a backpack and take them anywhere. There are hulking pieces of machinery at the gym which weigh thousands of kilos just to generate the same equivalent of force. You can train on your own terms, whether that's at home or in the park. You're no longer boxed into the artificial light of a gym, surrounded by crowds of people, blaring garbage music, or wasting time driving to the gym and finding a car park. I personally love working out in God's nature, with fresh air and sunlight. And finally, reason number 3, they're less taxing on your joints. Bands yield results for old and young alike, but they're particularly appealing for those in the 40+ bracket, as they don't grind down and crush your joints. The best program is one that's sustainable and that you'll stick to. When you're in your 20s, your body recovers quicker and you can get away with careless training to some extent. However, going into your 30s, 40s and above, you want a training solution that lasts the rest of your life. The mechanics behind this is that bands produce their most tension at the top of the range of motion, where your body is the strongest. In comparison, weights generate the most force at the bottom of the range of motion, when your body's the most vulnerable. Think the bottom of a bench press, where the bar's just above your chest, crushing your joints. As a result, bands are therefore less taxing on the central nervous system as well. You can train with more volume and more sustainably. It's much more enjoyable.